What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. As you can see right now, I'm not in the lake, I'm at my home. And today in this episode, I'm gonna show you guys what is inside my backpack, especially for pond mission. And I'm gonna give you guys what is my top 5 baits to fish the ponds, and the tips, a little tips and tricks of how to fish it, especially in the South Bay ponds. You know, I live in South Bay. I live in Redondo Beach, and I primarily fish Alondra, Magic, sometimes Eldorado, sometimes Kenathon, and sometimes Echo Park. Even though Echo Park's like the farthest for me, but yes, guys. So let's get into it, and I'll start with the first with the top 5 baits. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys. So now we are going to start with my top 5 baits that I primarily fish in the ponds almost all year long, like literally all year long. Okay, the first one is being a Texas rig. You know, I fish a lot of Texas rig, and primarily with worms, because in the ponds. And then second, it's net rig. The third, jerkbait. Number 4, jig. And number 5, it would be spinnerbait. So those are my top 5. I fish them all year long, literally in the ponds, regardless you know what season it is. And then sometimes, like during a different season, I would throw a crankbait, a lipless, or what is it called, chatterbait, or Ika or Senko. I usually fish Ika almost all the year, like a couple years ago, but now, you know, those top 5 baits are the baits that I throw literally like most of the time. So I'm gonna show you guys my tackle box, then I'm gonna go over what kind of Texas rig, what kind of, you know, jerkbait, and what kind of the baits that I'm using from those top 5 baits. Okay, all right, guys, let's dig into it. Let's go. Okay, so there it is. This is my backpack. Okay, I'm gonna show you from all the way outside, from outside all the way to the inside. On the outer side, this is where all my leaders are, you know. And oh yeah, I got tangled a little bit. Okay, so all my light leader, all my 6 pound, my 8 pound leaders are by Izerline XXX. I heavily rely on these most of the time now, and I got a heavier one. I'm using a 12 pound Daiwa Samurai, and one more is the Daiwa Samurai. This is for so the Samurai is like the 12 and the 20 pound, and the lighter line for my finesse stuff I use a 6 and an 8 pound test. And of course out inside there's, you know, pliers and stuff. So yes, that's my inside box, and my outside box, I mean. Then if you go inside, I have my soft plastics inside the Ziploc bag. Then I have my, what is this one? I think this is my terminal tackle. Yes, those are my terminal tackle. So as you can see, let me get focus right here real quick. Yeah, those are my jig heads. That's for my net rig jig heads. These are the nail weights. These are the shaky heads, and weightless net rig heads. And this one are all the drop shot. Oh, it's clustered right now, sorry. It's all my weights. This is my small EWG hook for my Texas rig. These are bigger ones. It's my drop shot weights. And these are my bigger EWG hook for Senko, for creature bait and whatnot. and just a couple random boxes. These are my Neko rubbers right here. And these are all the random spot, and these are the swivels and pegs and stuff. Yep, those are my terminal tackle box. Okay, let's see what do I have on the other box. Okay, on the other box I have all my hardbaits. As you can see, I love throwing jerkbait. So the jerkbait that I'm throwing most of the time are the Mega Bass 110 Junior plus regular 110 Junior 110 Junior. Yep, there you go. Yeah, it's so clustered. You know, I have so many bonnets for all my hooks, but it doesn't seem enough. I gotta buy more bonnets. Yeah, most of my jerkbait are small. I don't have a big jerkbait. I only have a couple on the 110 and the LBO. Yeah, but it's Mega Bass 110 Junior, and I have a couple Lucky Craft, some Lucky Craft, also some Spinnerbait, top water, small top water. I don't like big top water. These are the Cultiva, what is that called? I think something puppy. It's pretty small. And this is the head on Zara puppy. Then I also have crankbaits, lipless, more 110 Junior, and of course I gotta have this guy right here. I haven't caught a fish on it yet, but let's see. These are, let me get it untangled real quick. This is the new Mega Bass X75 Nanahan. Haven't caught a fish on it yet, so hopefully in the future I'll be catching it. I haven't throwing this bait a lot too, so yes, a couple crankbaits and even a smaller jerkbait. You see, as you can see, I love jerkbait so much. I even have like the smaller one. This is the Cultiva Miro Shad. This is like a size 50 or size 45, I believe, and a Rapala. Yes, so those are my lipless, my jerkbait, my crankbait, and of course, sorry guys, my box is super. I haven't cleaned my box, super clustered right now. And of course, I got my jigs right here. See, all my jigs, most of them are the a Boondock micro jigs. I preach about this jig so much. I caught a lot of fish on it, the ponds, the lake. Yeah, but these are all my jig. And of course, like I said, my top 5 baits, spinnerbait. Especially right now during the fall season right now. They're eating a lot of shad. They're trying to get fat. Spinnerbait. This is what I love. This is the best spinnerbait that I really like. I throw this most of the time. The first one is the Booyah Super Shad. It has like 4 blades on it. And guess what? I didn't even throw. I didn't even put. Wait. I think I'm missing a blade. There's supposed to be 4 blades. Now it's 3. Oh well. But yeah, I didn't throw any trailers. I don't like to throw spinnerbait with trailers, but instead I'm putting an extra trailer hook. And the other one is the Z-Man. Those two, I always have it in my tackle box regardless of what season it is. But yeah. Oh yeah, one more top water. This is the Evergreen JT Walker. These are silent. I like silent walkers. I don't know why. It's just produced a lot. But my other top water that I would love to throw would be the Evergreen shower blows, either the size 105 or they just came out with a new one, a size 77, but I haven't get my hands on it yet, so hopefully soon. hopefully soon. Kind of saltwater season, kind of almost done. You know, soon, maybe like in the next 2 days or couple days or so, the weather's gonna get um, colder. So yes, those are what's inside my tackle box. Okay, and you know, I usually just rotate whatever bait that I would love to fish, because like literally I would still have, these are my boat or my tournament boxes. As you can see, I still have more jigs, more chatterbait, buzzbait, frogs, and you know, all the top water, more jigs, more yeah. Yeah, see that? I still have way much more tackle than my pond setup, but I usually pick and choose depending on the water clarity, depending where I go, you know, what area that I'm fishing, what lake I'm fishing. Yeah, so I still got more spinner baits and whatnot. And same, like as I said, like on the on my hardbait box, you know, I don't even need to bring like a deep driving crank or like a bigger jerkbait, or you know, or a deep diving jerkbait, you know, like the plus ones or the plus twos and some other lipless. Like I don't. Oh man, sorry about that, guys, but my camera battery just died. Actually, it's too hot. Can't even open it. So, well, I'll just gotta do it from my phone, I guess. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, those are those are what's inside my tackle box. And of course, same thing goes to my soft plastic. So this is what currently I love to throw in the lake, on the ponds. I mean, I gotta have my reaction innovation, the smallie beaver. It's always my go-to trailer. And of course, I gotta have my net rig. Those are TRD worms, finesse TRD, and this is the ticklers. Yeah. And as you know, gotta have the robo worm, a live shot, and I'm almost ran out right now. That's for. Oh, this one's for drop shot though. If the going gets tough, throw a drop shot. That's what they say, right? But either drop shot or net rig, it would do. But yes, now the worms that I love to throw going with the Texas rig. These are all my favorite worms: the people worms, margarita, and the oxblood red flake, and of course some of the Guggenbait. What is it? Slim shake worm. I just grab a few color from each package and I just dump it in one, so it makes my back a little lighter. Some more Z-Man. This one is the finesse shots, and I've got like some accumulated other worms. These are my Ecas, my fat Ecas, and Senko. That's all I brought to the ponds. Literally, soft plastic, leaders. What am I gonna say? Hardbaits. One box. This is a small box. This is a 36 size 100 box. No, it's not 36. That's too big. Yes. And a terminal tech. That's it. That's all I'm bringing inside my backpack. Once in a while, I would throw in some, you know, swim bait. I have a separate. Let me open this up real quick. For a big swim bait, I just put it on this pouch right here. Let's see, what do I have in here? I haven't thrown swim baits in a while because I'm not a guy who usually throw them. Oh, yeah, I got the unique baits, I got the mag draft, I got the savage gear, and I got the more savage gear. Yeah, see, it's not a big swim bait. It's probably only like 6 inch at the most. Yeah, 6 inch. So yeah, that's what I'm throwing, and those are for my lake trip or for my tournament setup. I still have more soft plastic right here, and of course up there, but these are usually stays in this box because I always carry them wherever I go. If you can see, there's a lot of Guggenbait because I like their Senkos, and I like some of their most of their creature baits. But of course, I gotta always have a Gary Yamamoto and Robo Worm, some Jackals, and some and of course the Reaction Innovation Smalley Beaver. Inside some Kitech and some Mega Bass. Has it on shut, right? Yep, gotta have. Always gotta have it in this box. So whenever I do my tackle, you know, my if I go to a big lake, I always gotta have this box. So yeah, with all the Kitechs and stuff. Yes, sir. All right, now let's get a little bit deeper of how I fish my top 5 baits in the pond. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys. So the first bait that I like to throw in the ponds always gonna be Texas rig. These are my Texas rig setup. As you can see, the weight is small. Throw 1/16, 1/8, uh, and a 3/16. And sometimes if I want to go, I want to cast long, I'll throw a quarter. But I normally don't go over than a quarter because you know I love fishing it slow, and I like my worm to fall slowly in the water column because I think that triggers more strike. Unless if I want to drag something, of course I'm gonna throw a 3/8, but that's rarely happens. So I'm just these are my top Texas rig bait, and most of the time is worms too. So yes, let's go. Of course I'm using a bigger hook for the big worm, and of course a smaller hook for the worm. Now let's go get into the jigs. No, not jigs. Not yet. Not yet. I don't want to do jigs yet. Let's do a net rig. Net rig. Okay, let me put this guy back. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, net rig. So for net rig, it's simple. I either throw the ticklers, the bugs, or the finesse TRD. But the weight that I'm throwing, it's either gonna be 115, 116, 110, or if I want to cast way out there, I use a 1/5. So simple, just that. All right, yeah, so that's the jig. Now let's go to the jerkbait. Even though I already told you guys, I think I told you guys what kind of jerkbait I like to throw, but for the sake of it, let's just go one more time. For pond setup, for jerkbait, this is the Omega Bass 110 Junior. I throw these most of the time. Either you want to throw the elegy bone for a little bit murky color or the matte shad. Or you can go all white too. And I have the smaller jerkbait. This is the oh, this one is Duo Realis I forgot what it's called, but Rodante or something like that. Yes, jerkbait. Some more 110s and then smaller one, the X75. It would be great to throw regardless what season. You know, right now they're eating shad. You can just work it nicely, fast, quick, like literally just almost with no stop. But I like to throw jerkbait most of the time when it's windy. I don't like to throw it during the calm times. It means like working it slow and stuff. But yes, jerkbait when it's windy, primo, primo, primo. Okay, so that's a jerkbait. What else? What's the number 5 bait that number 4 the 4th bait that I like to throw? So we covered Texas rig, net rig, jerkbait. Now is the jig. Yeah, jig. Who doesn't like to throw jigs? This is the Boondock bait. This is the 3/8 micro jig. I like the small profile. It's really small compared to the other jig size. You know, it's literally just that big. And I pair it with the net bait pack of crawl. Look at that collar. This should get bit, right? Yeah. Some more jigs. These are the boondocks. Same thing. But this one is the Arky jigs, the casting jig. But yeah, I do like for a pond because it's so pressured, like small presentation and nothing crazy. Like you can tell the difference between this is a finesse micro jig, right? And this one is a regular casting jig. You can tell the difference. Like how thick is the skirt? See that? This one is has a much more longer skirt, and this one has like the what is it? I would say this like like a squid skirt maybe. Yeah, just like that. So I like to throw this guy around, especially when it's fall, winter. Just drag it on the bottom. It will get bit. I already caught so many jigfish this year. I'm so blessed, and man, Aldo from Boondocks really did a good job on making these jigs. Okay, guys. Last but not least is the spinnerbait. Those are the spinnerbait. Like this is the Booyah Super Shad. Booyah Super Shad and the Z-Man. Those two are the ones that I like to throw most of the time. I don't, and most of the ones that I throw, it always has a Colorado blade. Except for my Z-Man right there. It depends on the condition anyways. But yeah, those are my top 5 baits. And I'm gonna now for ponds, I'm gonna show you my rod and reel, and most of the time it's which one that I want to bring. So let's go over this way, huh? So most of the time I go to the ponds, I either gonna bring 2 or 3 rods. 2 rods. I would have this what is it called? The Shimano SLX 610 medium. I can throw jerkbait, lipless, small jigs with it with no problem. I pair it with a 10-pound test. 10-pound test Isoline mono. But sometimes when I brought 3 rods, and I have my finesse rods right there. These are from my net rig. This is my spinning rod for my net rig or my tiny Texas rig. And my other rod would be a jerk bait. So it depends on the condition, what bait that I want to throw. I usually bring 3 rods. Just say I have a specific rods for my jerk bait. This is my all-time favorite setup for my jerk bait. A Shimano Scorpion DC with the Phoenix Maxim 610 medium light. Because most of the baits that I'm throwing are, most of the jerk bait that I'm throwing, it's a small jerk bait. It's a junior, it's a 90 size, 110 junior and whatnot. But yeah, when I go to the lake, of course, I'm gonna bring a specific setup. This is for jigs. This is for like this is for like chatterbait or like a big Texas rig, heavy Texas rig. Yeah, jerkbait, and this one's for either net rig or drop shot. Yeah, and crankbait, lipless, or yeah, those are, every time I go to big lake, I always have like a specific setups. But I only bring 3, and most of the past month I only bring 2 rods most of the time. 1 spinning rod, 1 bait caster. If I bring 2 rods, the bait caster has to be able to throw rated up to like a ½ ounce weight. That's why I love this, because I rarely throw a ½ ounce. I mean, sorry, not ½ ounce. A 3/4 ounce bait, and I can throw my lipless. This one says LV500. It weighs about 3/4, so it's kind of on the limit, but it's still doable. And I can throw jerkbait. It has enough weepy action. Like I said, this is a medium, and my jerkbait rod is a medium light. I can still throw jerkbait pretty good. and I paired it up with the Shimano SLX with a 10-pound test Iserline Triple X. So yes, but there you go, guys. Now you guys know what I'm bringing, all the way to bringing to the ponds and whatnot. So guys, there you go. Now you know what I'm bringing to the ponds, my setups, what kind of bait I like to throw. It's, I don't mind sharing information with you guys. Try to get you guys to, try to catch fish and stuff. I don't catch fish all the time. Especially if you fish in like South Bay lakes like Magic, Alondra, El Dorado. It's tough. It's very heavily pressured. Because we live in LA. Not a lot of place you can go bass fishing. I mean, if you go to big lake, of course, the chances of you getting fish, it's much bigger. But yes, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Oh yeah, the next episode is gonna be a little bit of pond mission. I'm fishing private waters, and then it's gonna be the Hawaii pickup bass that I took, trip that I in Oahu, just back fishing this time. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and if you guys like more tips and tricks from me, please comment down below, and make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I do provide a lot of tips. If you guys want to have something, you guys want to ask me a question, just shoot me a DM. Follow me at Mike's Fishing Adventures. I'll be and hit me up whenever you guys, if you guys need help, or if you guys want to brag about the fish that you catch, let me know too. It's fine. It's fine. I love seeing people catches, and regardless, big or small, a catch is a catch. It's better than skunking, right? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay safe, be well, and I'll catch you later. See ya.